It's time for another My Lego City update, and this time around, there's a lot I want to show you guys. I made some significant changes, and starting with the town square, you guys can see that it is different from before, and those of you guys that have a keen eye will notice that not only do I have the assembly square, but it's also separated. That's right. One of the things I always thought that was weird about assembly square was the fact that it was kind of like a pair of buildings like that's together. And then there was a separate building that kind of just attached to the side. But the thing is, the separate building on the left side can easily be split off and be made into a corner building. And that's exactly what I did. So, first of all, I had a town square there that I moved out because I thought it was just too high. It didn't really match. So I moved the town square. I put the detective's office on the side. And you can see I mashed them together as much as possible, right? Even though there's a little gap over there, overall, I think that still looks pretty good. The two buildings match really well, right? And I put the sign from the Emporium up there because I just simply didn't want to block the view. That's the reason why. But it makes sense. The whole town square is just for shopping. Now, the side building I mentioned, I separated off, I put over here behind Emporium so you can see. Right? This fits as a corner building by itself really well, right? And it only takes up a 16 by 32 plate rather than a full 32 by 32 plate, right? And the design just looks really well. I mean, honestly, it's its own separate building, right? And it wasn't very difficult to split off. When I opened the box, I took out the plates. Lego wanted you to utilize the 32 by 32 plate for this building, and they wanted you to utilize the 16 by 32 plate for this building. Well, I thought that didn't make sense because these two are actually attached together, so I did the opposite. I used a 16 by 32 plate on this corner building, and then the 32 by 32 there, so in that way, you know, they could be split off. And there was only a little, little thing here that kind of attached the two, but outside of that, it was just tiles, and it's very easy to split off. And I actually really liked this decision. Over the weekend, I moved some stuff around because on this side, right, because of the layout, which is a 32 by 32 plate and a 16 by 32 plate, now I was able to match it this side because of this corner building. And I really like that. And overall, if you look at the shape of the sidewalk, it's a perfect T, so it is symmetrical. So, what do you guys think? I really like this look. I think my town square is now complete. I've seen a lot of people's city videos. They always complain about the assembly square looks off. It doesn't match. And in this case, I think I made it so that it does match everything really well. So that's number one. What do you guys think? Do you like it or you don't like it? Do you think that it should be together? Or do you like the fact that I separated it? So that's number one. Number two, because I added assembly square, I had to move some stuff around. And I'm going to show you that. That got moved over here. So I had two spaces here just open waiting for these two buildings, and I finally did it. I moved the brick bank over here, right, which is a natural fit on the corner, and then I moved the Parisian restaurant right next to it. The only thing I don't like is the fact that both restaurants, the diner and the restaurant, is next to each other, right? And both of these buildings, even though they're not corner buildings, we all know they could be corner buildings because of the design, right? Because the diner has this wraparound and this big staircase opening. And same thing, the Parisian restaurant has this this staircase on the side and tables on the outside there. So I purposely matched it like this so that there's more space in between and you can see through. But I'm not sure if that's the right look. I don't know if this should be replaced on the other side. Maybe have the diner be replaced with my IKEA so that maybe it looks a little bit better. I'm not sure. But I do like the brick bank here. I'm almost tempted to to flip the brick bank with the garage, but then, you know, because the garage is the newest one, I do want to see it, so that's why it is still on the other side. But yeah, this is number 2. Just want to show you guys. I got the tiling done all around, right? I do need to replace this road plate, but outside of that, it's pretty much complete. So that's number 2. What do you guys think? Do the restaurants look okay? Should I separate them out, or do you think next to each other it's okay? So that's number 2. And then number 3 is, with the help of my kids, I got this done. Remember, I struggle with this because I didn't know how this crosswalk or this sidewalk was looking before, because I added this, which is the toy store, the toy and grocery store. So I made some changes, and I like it a lot, and hopefully you guys do too. So number 3 is, first of all, the Ferris wheel. I changed it, okay? So it was facing this side. Now I moved it this side, and I did that for space reasons, because the motor on the carousel was sticking out, right? So previously, that took out a lot of space. So it was just empty space back there. By moving the Ferris wheel sideways, it sticks into the empty space. As you can see there, that's normally wasted space. So that freed up a whole bunch of space in front of it, right? And then I bought my kids the Sanctorum, the Sanctum Sanctorum set, right? With the Avengers. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? That is a natural corner piece, right? And they even have it on a box. You don't have to have a corner, but it looks perfect like that. So I decided to put that in the corner, and then move the toy store over. And that's actually perfect because the Ferris wheel can spin without hitting it, and there's a natural opening in the middle. So that actually works out really well, right? And overall, it kind of completes this walkway. It's nice and cozy. It's smaller, but I like the Sanctorum here because it is a taller building, so you could see it's almost on the same height, or it is almost the same height as the corner garage. So it kind of matches the overall layout or feel a bit better, in my opinion, right? And then I had the bike store, so I opened that up, and I like it this way, so I decided to put on the side. And that, with the Sanctorum and the toy shop, I think that completes this corner, and I really like that look. So what do you guys think? You guys think that looks good? I think it looks a whole lot better than what I had before, right? And I have one other building which came with the bike shop, and that was just another little cafe, and I decided to put that in this corner here, because when you open this up, this could be open, but when you open it up, there's a big gap in the middle. So that's why when I put that over here on this kind of like wall place, it didn't look right because there was a huge gap in the middle, kind of like how that looks, right? There's like a big gap in between. So I wanted to make sure that this was still closed up and as its own building. So I decided to move it here. And I think it works pretty well right behind the Lego store because there is some extra space and it doesn't cut into the walking space too much. So just want to show you guys that. Share your thoughts and opinion below in the comments. Number 1, what do you think about my town square, first of all? You like this look? And if so, what do you think about what I did about separating the assembly square? Do you think that was a wise move, or do you think it looks weird? Number 2 is over here. In terms of the two restaurants together, do you think they look okay where they're right back to each other, or do you think it'll be better if something like, say, the diner was replaced with IKEA over there in the other corner? And number 3 is this corner. So this is a cozy walkway from this side of the city to the other side, right? So make sure you leave your comments below, and I do need your support, so make sure you guys continue to hit those likes and subscribe to the channel if you're new, and stay tuned for my next video. All right, take care. Bye-bye.